Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy, the one and only. I hope you're well, I hope you're good. I can tell that your portfolio is doing really well. Well, not doing really well, but it's doing better, yeah? I can smell it in the air. Something's changing, something's brewing. Ethereum is outperforming everything at the moment. That's good news. You need Ethereum to outperform first, and then hopefully your altcoins should follow suit. So we're gonna go through the good, the bad, and the ugly. So without further ado, make sure to like, subscribe, and join our private members. Let's begin. Ethereum currently has a 2-day streak in ETFs. Previously, we had a 20-day streak. The only reason we had outflows was because of the labor markets. The labor markets looked very bad, but now everything is slowly heading in the right direction. I did predict this. Everything is exactly how I predicted. We have Bitmain holding a massive 833,000 ETH. Matter of fact, there was something from Tommy Lee and he said they're buying so much Ethereum that if you get the average price, I believe they're buying like 80 cents a day worth of Ethereum. And Michael Saylor, if you get his cost price, he was actually buying 15 cents worth of Bitcoin. There are massive, aggressive buyers on Ethereum. Bitmain is looking to buy around 5 to 8% of Ethereum supply. At second place is SharpLink, and they're holding a whopping 521,000 ETH. But the kicker is this: they just today announced they're selling 200 million worth of their stock to buy more ETH. And you know what's better than buying ETH? Have a guess. Have a wild guess. More Ethereum. Number 3 is ETH Machine. We're going to have, like, by the end of the cycle, we're going to have around 50 to 100 private companies from the NASDAQ that is buying Ethereum. Just today as well, we had another company called Cosmos, and they're allocating a massive 300 million to Ethereum on their treasury. Cosmos Health, a NASDAQ listed firm, allocated 300 million with a 72.5% fund directed to Ethereum accumulation and staking via BitGo. Analysts highlight Ethereum's DeFi and staking yields as potential advantage over Bitcoin. This is an Ethereum staking calculator, and I'm going to put in 522,000 ETH. They make every single day 216,000 US dollars. Of a 3% or around 4 or 5%, depending on the day, APR. In a week, they make 1.5 million. In a month, they make 6 million. And in a year, they make 70 million US dollars. Retail, like you and I, have been doing this for a long time. We've been staking our Ethereum, guys. Smart money has realized, and they're going to realize, more and more folks are going to realize that you can stake an asset and actually make more money than holding bonds, which is going to be incredible. When massive banks realize that I can hold an asset and I can stake it, and it's more deflationary than Bitcoin, they're going to put 2 and 2 together and realize that Ethereum is a contender to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king, ladies and gentlemen, but Ethereum is a close competitor, and it's certainly not an altcoin. This is massive news. We have Ethereum's anniversary, 10-year anniversary, which was in July last month, and the SEC has said that DeFi is the future of finance, and this is great news. We have a legal framework now. We have the Genius Act. We have stablecoins. In the future, I predict that Tether will be pegged to Bitcoin. Maybe like a small percentage at first, maybe like 1%, 2%, 5%. And then slowly we're going to have Bitcoin become the world reserve currency. And it's going to be built on top of none other than Ethereum.
Jekyll Island, November 1910. 7 bankers meeting in secret to create America's central bank. We just can't call it that.
The 1907 panic nearly destroyed us. Banks failed, fortunes vanished.
We want to control America's money supply, create booms, trigger busts, and profit from both. And how will we do that?
We'll create money from nothing, loan it to the government, and charge interest. Legal counterfeiting, my friends.
But there's a cost. Every dollar we print steals value from existing dollars. It's a hidden tax that flows directly to us.
And it gets worse. If we ever get off the gold standard, governments can print money for wars. Endless wars become possible and profitable.
Since Americans hate central banks, we'll call it the Federal Reserve. Sounds governmental, doesn't it? It's not.
The president will appoint board members,
But we'll pick who he appoints.
we'll have 12 regional banks. Looks decentralized, democratic even, but New York banks control them all. That's us.
You're probably wondering how we're going to get this through Congress.
December 23rd, 1913. Most of Congress home for Christmas. Perfect timing for passing unpopular legislation. I'll publicly oppose our own bill in Congress. They'll pass it thinking they beat Wall Street. We'll fund university chairs, write the textbooks. They'll teach our system as economic science. Beautiful. Every American born after this will inherit debt on money we created from nothing. Generational servitude.
The Federal Reserve. Not federal, no reserves. But everyone will think it's their government protecting them.
Good afternoon. We have some massive news, ladies and gentlemen. Trump, the main man, the legend. I don't care what you think about this guy, but he's pro crypto. He's the money man. And he signed an executive order to use your 401k or allow you to use your 401k to buy crypto. I wish the UK was similar to this. Oh my God. The amount of Ethereum that I'll buy. Boy, oh boy. I'll take on less risk and have more reward and just buy Ethereum. It's a no-brainer. You don't need to buy a meme coin using your 401k, guys. Yeah, I know some of you are just really gamblers, but if you really want to invest and really want to make money in the long term, I'm talking about actual wealth, guys, an asset that's going to be in the future worth 100 trillion. We're going to have the whole financial world built on Ethereum. The numbers show you itself. We have more and more companies tokenizing their stock. This is real life, guys, real life. Not only that, but we have an article. I can't open it because Bloomberg won't let me. It looks like a very good read. In a land of 25% inflation, crypto is starting to replace money. We've been saying this for years. Bolivia is the major test case for a belief held by many crypto diehards. Digital assets aren't merely for speculation. They're a better way to do commerce. They're copying the same thing as El Salvador. We're going to have more Latin American countries. We're going to have more African countries. We're going to have more Asian countries, and they're going to use crypto. They're going to use crypto. It's borderless. It's peer-to-peer. It's a no-brainer. They're going to be using Ethereum, and they're not even going to realize it's Ethereum, chaps. Don't you get it? Bolivia's top bank called crypto a viable and reliable alternative to fiat currencies, while signing a memorandum of understanding with El Salvador to accelerate crypto adoption. Ripple buys a stablecoin payments firm Rail for $200 million to boost its stablecoin RLUSD. We have a stablecoin Supercycle. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. The biggest use case for crypto, the number one use case for crypto is stablecoins. Number one, bar none. People are going to use it to pay for their mortgages, their rent. In a world for about 10 years, I was hearing this from normies. For 10 years, they kept on saying, crypto has no use case. Why is the market cap this massive? It has no use case. And I was telling them, listen, it's being priced in. It's being priced in now. It's being priced in. But they didn't believe me, but they believe me now. Yeah. The men in green suits, in black suits, tell them that Ethereum is a good thing. And sadly, they're all going to jump in now and get burnt. These guys are the most crafty guys. They know that the world they're in is slowly melting away. Yeah. And they're moving all on chain. They're all moving into Ethereum. They're really diversifying and hedging their bets. Crypto is here to get rid of these people. These people are very clever. They're always going to reinvent themselves. They're a parasite. We don't really need them. You can bank yourself. You can have your own money. We don't need to put it in a bank, guys. Yeah, you can bank yourself, hold your keys, hold your private wallets, everything. We literally don't need a bank. We're making these people rich. They're taking our hard-earned money, and you know what they're doing with it? They're lending it and lending it and lending it, and it's called the fractional reserve currency. It's called fractional reserve lending. We're going to look at some more news. I really wanted to talk about this, guys. This was a heartbreak. this was kind of sad, you know, because Tornado Cash, yeah, the developer was found partially guilty, okay, on one account. So I don't think he got, you know, the maximum sentence, but I think he got a little slap on the wrist, hopefully. Where does it say? It says that issued a statement following Roman conviction, praising the prosecution team after securing a guilty verdict for operating an unlicensed money transmitting business. This is sad. Okay, I don't know what the penalty is though. We're gonna get the verdict soon, so I hope he's free, you know. The speed, efficiency, and functionality of stablecoins and other digital assets offer great promise, but the promise cannot be an excuse for criminality. Adding that the criminals committing age-old crimes like money laundering undermine the many innovators who operate lawfully. I hope he gets a small punishment. I'm a big fan of privacy coins like Zcash. I don't really talk about it on this channel. I might get in trouble. You have private chain, you have secret network, you have a few other coins. The most notable is Monero. Number 2 is Dash. They have an option where you can, it used to be called dark coin, but they have an option where you can use coin mixing. If I really wanted to, I can make a tutorial and really show you how this is done. The government should not be able to find your money, guys. That's your right. That's your intrinsic right. That's your human right. All right, guys. There's nothing bad about privacy coins. Governments have a huge hold on the demographic. They have heavily taxed the middle class. They've heavily taxed the lower class. And the saddest thing is they haven't even taxed the upper class or the 1%. That's the actual truth. Yeah. And they're going to continue to overtax the middle class and the lower class. I think it's everyone's human right to own their own money and to have sovereignty over their own money, guys. Anyway, we're going to look at price action. I think I've covered everything. The most important parts that you need to know. I think I've covered some alpha for you as well. And we're going to look at price action. I was right. Ladies and gentlemen, we bounced, so I was right again. Road to 145 continues. Road to 10K continues. We bounced and we didn't kiss this at all. We didn't hit this area at all, ladies and gentlemen. I was anticipating that we're going to hit this massive pennant, huge pennant, guys, that backdates all the way over there. I did tell you we're never ever going to see prices here. Never. I did tell you Ethereum has bottomed, and now we're heading to 10K, road to 10K, hopefully. All right, first TP is going to be break the previous all-time high, which was like over 4 years ago. So the most important part for your bags is this, guys. It's this that we're looking at, guys. This is the most important. Yeah, so I've shown you this before, guys, and this is Ethereum paired to gold. This is what everyone should denominate their assets to. Ethereum is gonna oscillate around here, like I said previously. It's just mimicking the same exact play. Yeah, the same exact play. We had this period, we just broke out of this period, we have just entered this area. Okay, I freestyle this, but we're going to enter this area, move sideways for around from here to there for around 92 bars. Okay, 92 bars is 90 days, so it's gonna oscillate on its gold pair, ladies and gentlemen, for around 92 days, which will give us by October we should see a further breakout and then oscillate again, or we're just gonna rip actually. So previously we just ripped, we continue to rip. So October 2025 we should be done in this sideways accumulation range for Ethereum, and we head up higher. Now the most important part for your altcoins, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're here to see exponential growth, for you to be set up for at least the next 5 to 10 years. Some altcoins will do that. Some altcoins will set you up for the next 5 to 10 years. Maybe if you're lucky, for life. But I'm being conservative. There are altcoins that will really set you up. This green line is altcoin season. This right here. And we're going to get around roughly 80 days of altcoin season where your coins just go parabolic. Unfortunately, we have like over 1 billion coins. Or 1 million, I don't know. There's so many coins, guys. There's so many coins. So there's going to be a massive rotation. It's going to be tricky and tough. Join our private members. Trust me, there's a lot of folks that have benefited highly. Ethereum's heading to 145, guys. That's my target. 145 is my target. The Pi cycle indicator hasn't triggered. I'll show you again where, Ethereum's looking healthy. Bitcoin is looking good, consolidating just above the previous all-time high, which is great news. And then we have the Pi cycle indicator, nowhere near. We need this yellow line to cross the green line. It's happened plenty of times. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Every time that happens, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end, the very finale. Now, we don't have long for Bitcoin. We really don't have long for Bitcoin. I've shown you this chart multiple times, and this is the typical cycle. We normally have 1,057 days, and finally we have in this cycle 1,057 days. Cycle is almost done, ladies and gentlemen. We have literally 70 days left to the end of the cycle. Some of you should be sitting pretty. Yeah, if you're not, ladies and gentlemen, there is a skill issue. This is Bitcoin dominance, and I've got a fractal from this area right here in 2021, and I've overlaid this fractal over here. If we are going to see altcoin season, it's probably going to take another from here to there until September the 5th. We should see altcoin season technically in the next 27 bars, which is 27 days. If we don't, we're probably going to go higher, maybe retest 65, 66, maybe 70%. But we don't have much time in the cycle. We just need interest rates cuts. We need the Fed to pivot. They've had a free ride for 4 years. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these folks are all weak hands. They're weak hands. They are weak hands. So when the selling happens, when the mania happens, guys, they will start rotating into Ethereum and some of these other altcoins. The new money coming in at the moment is primarily institutions, and they just want to buy Ethereum for now. Maybe later on, they're going to do the same thing that we do, is we buy Bitcoin, then move into Ethereum, then move into the larger caps like AVAX, Solana, Su, ADA, etc. If you're new here, this chart is important. A lot of folks are going to tell you, buy this coin and buy that coin and buy this coin. And if you're very new, just do the obvious. Just buy Ethereum. Now, the heavyweights, the OGs, they know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing. They have an edge. They have a whole system. They have software. They have everything. But if you're new here, all you just need to know is, guys, Ethereum is going to outperform. And it's going to outperform the majority of altcoins. So far, Ethereum has outperformed from the April lows. It's outperformed the top 100. It will continue to outperform by 70%. If you want to hold on to something that has a big reward and a lower risk, then Ethereum is a no-brainer. If you really want some help with your portfolio, then join our private members. Just to conclude, this is Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance. We're going to head to 90. 90 is my goal. We're heading to 90 before we see an altcoin season. This chart just explains one thing. All of them folks that are telling you to hodl, all of these folks that are giving you this communism spiel, we're all going to make it. Come on. There's all this communism spiel. They're actually buying 3 things. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Stablecoin. They're literally doing it right now. And they're going to do it probably when it gets to even 90. Then, ladies and gentlemen, that is a peak. This is Solana and ETH pair, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to crypto, guys. This is my favorite chart. Guys, it continues to make new lower lows. Continues to underperform Ethereum. Welcome to crypto. This is a zero-sum game. It's a zero-sum game. Remember that. Peace.